So, the fifth and final step in the market research process is laying out what's known as the buyer's journey. And what's important about this is really understanding what information does your prospect need to become a customer. And so, it's an easy question to pose, but actually going through and building it takes a lot of time and consideration. So, basically, where I want to show you where this falls in the process, we've already gone through and laid out our customer personas and then segmented them by their stages of awareness to know where they're at. So basically, what we're doing now is figuring out the funnel that in our business is going to take them from just learning about us to the process they're going to go through to be ready to buy. So, this includes the ad content we're going to use to get them onto our site, and then really all the pieces that need to take place to get them down to the point of purchase. Now, as you can see here at the bottom, obviously less has to happen in order for them to feel comfortable purchasing because they know more about us. The higher you go, typically the longer the journey is, unless you do something like include a 100% money back guarantee to really reduce the risk. A lot of times at the totally unaware stage, we'll see that. It'll actually be a very short process where you got a long sales letter that you build value, have a price tag with 100% money back guarantee. You can get people to convert there, and that's pretty much what our offer. We're targeting more in the problem and solution aware stages, but we've got a short funnel with our AdWords offer. We're not having a big long email sequence or building value, but that guarantee allows us to shorten the cycle. So we'll talk about the pieces here and walk you through mapping out the journey. But what I want to chat about real quick are the three stages of the buyer's journey. So the first is awareness, understanding what it is that you do and the value that you can provide them. Then they move into the consideration phase. This is where they ask all their questions, get everything, their objections overcome, your comparisons against your competitors. That's why this stage is so, it can be very long at times depending on how big the purchase is. There's a lot of questions to be answered. And the decision stage is once they've had those questions answered, do they want to do business with you or not? So we can make it seem very simple, but it requires some time. What I really want to talk with you about quickly is that what's important in the consideration phase is the content you're providing, first and foremost. So are you answering your questions? And the only way you can really get in and figure this out is by talking to customers. Pick up the phone, talk to your customers, ask what their questions are, what the concerns are. If you've got features with your products that are either lacking or they love them, what are those things that are really important that you can continue to hit on? And then the second piece of that is how are you delivering the answers to those questions? So is it an email drip? Is that what they want to receive? Is it a webinar? If you're talking to CEOs, they are not going to sit on a webinar. You need to make sure that the way you're delivering your content is a way that people are willing to consume. I've seen a lot of people love ebooks and YouTube playlists. They can get a lot of information. They can do it on their own time. Those are great for lead gen pieces. But it really is going to boil down to talking to your customers, understanding the information that they need and the way they want to consume it. If you can go through and build those out and figure out that process to get them from the top of the funnel, the very first time they've heard about you, to making the purchase decision. And I always laugh when I talk with salespeople. They go, if I can just get them on the phone, I know I can close them. Well, if you get them on the phone, they're in the decision process usually. This is where it's easy, right? I call this a closing zone. If you get somebody on the phone with you, they are interested enough in what you do to at least either answer their objections, overcome, or just straight close them. The magic happens here at the top, getting them aware of what you do and then working them through the process to answer their questions and show them why you're the best fit. So there's no plug and play solution for this. It's literally just coming in, talking, and building the system as you go. So check out the following tutorial where I'll walk you through the entire process of building out the buyer's journey.